education should be something that's lifelong, and when you learn information, that sticks with you for so long, but when you learn to love learning, that sticks with you for a lifetime.
Every day you go home and you've learned something. Every class you leave, you've learned something. And I think that's really cool. You know, it doesn't happen every place you go.
And that's something that I think we're very intentional about is bringing all of our knowledge together into one sort of unified, coherent whole.
The uniqueness, I think, is in the purpose of education here. And it goes back to what the purpose of education had been for most of time, really going back to antiquity, which is to form the character of the citizen, to form them in virtue, so that they would be able to take their place in order to govern well and wisely, and that life would be good.
And what makes Advantes unique is that it allows students to be themselves. It allows students to reach their ultimate and true potential. They can thrive whether they're an athlete, whether they're a scholar, whether they're an artist, a musician. They get to see who they can truly be. They're not set at a limit.
I think the most unique thing about Advantes is that they really encourage kids to have independent thought. So they are helping them learn how to make decisions on their own rather than just learning material.
And I can even see that in my daughters who are only in the 2nd and 5th grade. Their ability to persevere and work through the problems that have been given to them, I think will pay off huge dividends when they go to college, when they go to the working world, just to be able to think, just to be able to reason, just to be able to use logic, and you're just not studying for a multiple choice test.
That's just been so rewarding because now I can go to really any subjects that I want to learn more about, and I know what kind of questions to ask, and I know if I understand it and grasp it fully.
But another big part of why you come to a school is the community, is the people. And that's students, that's faculty, that's parents, that's administrators, it's everyone all together. This is a faculty that pushes me to learn and pushes me to be better at what I do.
They have this fever and excitement in the way that they approach each lesson. You can hear them from down the hall, how they read to their students and how excited they get about each lesson. And what I love about it, more than anything, is the discussion that happens, the engagement that happens. It's not simply a lecture.
You know, everyone gets to give their opinion, everyone is heard. It's a really tight-knit group.
Beyond that, I think as a Christian community, the school gives students an opportunity to think through their faith, to practice their faith with one another that's special and rare.
I credit a lot of the development of my faith to AFA because, you know, before every class we pray and it always comes back to God. You know, the whole day we're studying God's creation and how He's designed things so specifically, and that's something that I really appreciate.
We are shown that God is literally in every fiber throughout everything, with big events that happened in history, with the small things in our day-to-day lives at school and out of school.
The value of having a Christ-based education, for one, is that, you know, at the end of the day, no matter what we learn, we're always looking for, okay, what is the Christian message in here? What is the moral message in here? And I think when you have that as your base, everything just kind of falls in place around it.
We're a Christian home, and so it was really important to us to find a school that would support what we're doing at home. And with our kids being in school for 7 hours a day, that's going to be their biggest source of influence next to being at home.
So what we're looking for when a person graduates is that they not only sustain their faith, but not withdraw into a holy huddle, if you will, when they get into college, but really make an impact where they go. Not just that they keep their faith, but that they extend it into, because this is the call of God on our lives.
Advantes prepared me to go to a public university and be a representative of Christ. to defend my faith and to do it in a gracious, loving way.